Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
So, Jeff,
Go on.
did you get the tweet about our design for our thing here?
But no. I mean, I might have, but I didn't pay attention to Twitter.
You didn't notice it, right? So apparently, if we build it as big as we claim we're going to build it, the items will despawn before they reach the bottom.
I did see somebody mention that in a comment, yes.
How does it make you feel?
I mean, how long does it actually take them to travel down the water stream?
Apparently more than 5 minutes.
What if we got ice blocks?
Are we going to chill them?
Yes.
Don't
ice blocks make items travel faster on a water stream?
Well, the thing is, they're moving over the wheat. We can't plant wheat on ice.
That's right. They are moving over the wheat. That makes me feel good. I don't know.
Well, did you see his proposed fix?
No.
He suggested, with all his infinite wisdom, that we make it like a V instead.
It's okay.
So that the items come from two different directions to one central point.
And why would that stop the despawning problem? Why would that speed it up?
Well, okay, it wouldn't speed it up. We wouldn't make it. We couldn't make it as big, but we could end up with the same number of things.
So basically have half of the thing coming from the other direction. So it still isn't bedrock to build limit. It's just two of bedrock to like standard ground.
Right.
I mean, that sounds doable.
Someone also said that we should have just flipped the direction we were going once we saw the ocean.
You could have done that.
Yeah, all these people in there think they're so smart.
But we wanted to do this for your guys' excitement. That's what it's all about.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah. Come on. What I really want to know is, what was the worst combination of taco? Because I had to leave at the halfway point of the segment because I needed to go get some sleep before mine.
Right. How did your segment go?
It was actually... So I did stupid, like, King's Quest adventure game speed runs, quote unquote, like air quote speed runs. And I didn't expect that anybody else would be around, but Fedrin and Doc stuck around for a little bit of it. And then Doc stuck around for the whole thing. And Doc just started going, like, commentating a speed run as if it was like a legitimate speed run, and it was fucking hilarious. Like he just didn't stop talking about my strats that I had, how at this point I'm getting into the ROM, I'm like hacking the ROM and like changing all this stuff. It was fucking hilarious.
That's really good. I had to go to sleep basically after I ate the tacos. I was too tired myself. But no, the tacos, that's a good question about what was the worst, because there was some pretty awful ones.
And what did you get through? Since I didn't get to watch back that segment yet, and I really wanted to, because when I left, I was like an hour into your 2-hour segment, and you had only done like 5 tacos at that point.
Right. So I ended up
like, I'm on page 2 of 9 current pages of tacos. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I guess I didn't plan that well enough. I don't know. I thought I could do it faster for one thing, and I also didn't know what the system was going to look like.
And it apparently looked bad based on what you were saying. It was hard to discern.
I mean, it wasn't their fault. They were just using, because I basically came up with this system and threw it on them out of nowhere, and so they did the best they could to accommodate with no full. Because I didn't even plan. I didn't know I was going to do this. It just kind of happened, sort of thing. So yeah, without any previous planning, we just basically use a UHC system, and yeah, it wasn't great. But they're gonna try to develop something so I can do this again at the main marathon and have it where it's like you're basically ordering from Taco Bell or something like that. And
so what I think would be very entertaining, and I was thinking of ways that this could be incorporated better into the main marathon as well, is not just being a segment for you, but what it could be is you could have rounds of taco making. And what people do is in each round, you put money toward toppings that go in a random drawing. So the more money that's donated towards something, the more times or the more percentage chance that one is going to be that comes up. But not only does it help to increase funds because people want to like get the worst things in there, so people will vote for more stuff, but it's not just like one person dictating your taco. It's kind of a culmination of a bunch of people having a chance. And then you could even have a random money donated toward who's eligible to eat that taco, and that's another spin that happens or whatnot, and that person has to eat the taco.
Right. I mean, people were suggesting that we do it kind of like we do the Bean Boozled or the Bug Eating or any of those things where someone buys a taco and they dictate who eats it, and like me and Arcus do the cooking sort of thing. So I'd be sitting there cooking the tacos, Arcus would be reading it out, and then like you'd have to eat one, or so-and-so would have to eat one. That sort of thing is what some people were suggesting. I like your idea too, though. The only thing I guess that I've noticed over the marathons is the more we went towards groups of people making things happen, some people got upset because they do like to say I did this sort of thing,
and then
we kind of moved.
And I get that as well. Like it does take away the one individual person said that I made this happen,
right?
Versus I was part of the chance for this to happen. Yeah,
which is kind of where we've gone with most of the stuff. I think it would be cool to have something that people could say I did this, but yeah, I like your idea too. So I'm not against what you're saying.
Just some things to think about, but I do still want to hear about the
right. So the worst, man, there was quite a few that were real rough to get through. Any of them with bugs were pretty awful. I didn't get through all of the tacos, but I ended up going over quite a bit, and once it got to the point where I had gone over quite a bit, Arcus and I guess Doc. Arcus and Doc decided on like the worst of everything left. I made this super taco of all the awful things that were left that had not been eaten yet, and ate them. But the crickets or the grasshoppers and the ants were all very awful. Did not enjoy any of those. I'd never had the queen ants before, and they were huge. So that was a new experience in bug eating.
Okay, what about the traditional, not necessarily traditional topping, traditional fruit?
Right. Yeah, the non-bugs.
Yeah.
Well, there was one. Well, the Vienna sausages were pretty bad. I guess it's been so long since I've had Vienna sausages, I forgot what they taste like.
And I just remember the Vienna sausages in general.
Yeah, Vienna sausages in general were pretty awful. But there was one that was like cottage cheese, Vienna sausage, caviar.
I think I saw.
No, wait, I think it was. There might have been one that was sardines caviar, but the caviar mixed really badly with everything. It seemed like. So none of the ones that had caviar ended up being any good because it was just so salty against the other stuff that I was eating.
Because you did have the one thing that you were like, amazingly, these two things taste good together, and I think it was cottage cheese and tuna.
There was a Nutella cottage cheese combination that I really liked. Yeah, I was surprised by that. I mean, I like cottage cheese, but not on tacos. And I started out eating them whole, eating the whole taco, and that was a mistake, I guess, because it ended up being I really one of the hardest things.
Like 20 tacos, right?
Well, yeah, I got so full by the end that even with them being little tiny tacos, I was so full by the end that I just didn't feel like I could even eat anymore. So that was also part of the problems of the whole thing. It was just like I can't consume any more tacos.
Taco consumption is at an all-time high.
Yeah. I think people enjoyed it. And I mean, we didn't have a lot in the marathon that you could donate for than UHC and that too. So it was going to be something that raised money just because it was one of the few places you could spend money and make things happen. But yeah, I think people liked it. I would like to do it again, just improve it, but to be better from like a UI standpoint, and just have more people involved, so I'm not the only one eating the tacos. I know there's a lot of people that won't eat. That last taco had Bean Boozled in it as well. And
random Bean Boozled, I'm assuming.
Yes, random Bean Boozled, and it was baby wipes, and it was pretty bad.
That baby wipe Bean Boozled is like one of the worst ones there.
Yeah,
granted, okay. The puke one obviously is pretty
right. Dog
terrible.
Food and puke, I think, are the two. Weren't you the one that got the dog food after eating the dog food and it almost ruined you?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I've been actually surprisingly lucky with the Bean Boozled. Whenever we've done it in the marathons, I haven't gotten a lot of bad Bean Boozled.
I hate when I get that white one though, because it's either baby wipe or coconut.
Yeah, neither one of those are good.
Terrible.
Right. So yeah, that last taco I had was sauerkraut, gummy worms, Bean Boozled, sardines. It was awful. It was just gross. But I really do think the worst ones were just the bugs. But I think part of that's just in my head, to be honest, too.
Explain to me as well, this isn't about your segment specifically, how does an RTMP server work? I've never used one, and I think I understand it in concept, but I'm trying to figure out what the hell went wrong.
Well, here's what went wrong. The server just wasn't... So the server was in New York. Well, one of them was. One of them was on the West Coast, and the other one was in New York. But both were sending the data to Sevidus's office. So it was going from New York to Seattle, and there was just delay between those two things. So basically, you're broadcasting to the server, and then the server's broadcasting somewhere else.
So how do you... I was concerned until like your segment had to stop that and go back to standard old Twitch streaming, which I know how to do. I wouldn't have even known how to get on to start my segment through that server.
It's just something you set up in OBS. You just basically go on OBS and
your stream key is just like randomly like this RTMP server instead.
Well, the URL is not a stream key, because you normally put there is a stream key, but the stream key is just double witch.
Double witch.
I thought I'd killed one until I'm getting hit by potions, and I was so confused. The stream key is basically how you set the RTMP server up. So whatever scene is the stream key. So like the stream key was like main 1, which was just the name of the scene that we were broadcasting to. It's actually really easy to set up the server itself and all that. Yeah, basically if we had just a better server, I think it would have been fine, even though there wasn't the distance thing. But we also had to pick what Twitch server we were broadcasting to, and so that's kind of where the problem came in, because we had two different RTMP servers. One was on the West Coast, one was on the East Coast, but we're choosing to broadcast to a West Coast Twitch server. So I think if we were broadcasting to an East Coast Twitch server, it would have been fine for my segments, but bad for Sevidus's.
Right.
But I ended up having more segments than he did anyway, so that's probably what we should have done. I don't know. It's one of those things that's hard to... We probably need like a middle-of-the-road RTMP server that we both broadcast to instead of having two. But he's got a different provider that we can use in the future. He told me then not to say the name, so I guess maybe I'm still not supposed to. I don't know. But he's got a different provider that supposedly will make it better. But this isn't the thing we use in the main marathon anyway, so.
Right. And it's taking me a long time to get these picks and shovels back up to speed.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find baby spiders. That's not what I'm trying to find.
You're trying to find diamonds to eliminate this problem.
Yeah, but I don't know that I don't know if what I'm doing even makes any sense, because I haven't found a single diamond, and I probably could just repair all these picks in the time I've wasted trying to find one.
What do you do? What I would do is I'd go down to the bottom of Bedrock where we're at and start digging across.
Yeah, consider that. It's probably boring, but I guess it can't be any worse than anything else we're doing.
I mean, Yeah, true. Like if you found a cool cave, but I don't know if there's any cool caves left.
Yeah, I did find a cool cave.
Oh, well, never mind then.
So yeah, I'm just caving at the moment. But all in all, I think the marathon went pretty good. Those people commented on Reddit, "This is the least they've ever raised in a marathon. This is awful." And I was like, wait,
because they thought it was the real marathon.
Yeah. I guess you just can't do things. You can't have nice things. Because yeah, people forget that. I mean, I guess we've always just done the UHC. We've never done a full-on marathon during the spring. So it is a little bit different.
I thought we did. Oh no, I guess that was in replacement of the in-person marathon.
Yeah, well, the first marathon ever was just us streaming on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on Twitch, and we did raise 100,000, and I think we only did 24 hours. So I guess the first marathon was better as far as money goes, just because we didn't stream that long and we did raise so much. But every segment had like donate money and make things happen sort of thing, versus donate money.
Right. I'm gonna give up on this shortly here. I got about halfway. I'm doing the whole hand switching thing, trying to do multiple at once. I wish I could dump out my levels that I have. Yeah.
Like in modded.
Yeah. You can't do that when they have mending, can you? You can't just put them in an anvil and take your levels.
No. Well, I don't think you can, at least. I'm pretty sure you can. My question is, are there villagers that trade for XP bottles?
I can go check the village because I'm right over there right now. Find out.
Because if we could do that, then maybe there's a trade we could be doing that would make this faster even.
Did you happen to get the email today talking about the
managed channels?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
What's your thought on that in general, with that whole concept of managed channels being changed by YouTube?
I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense that because they don't like networks anyways, right? And so they're kind of trying to get rid of any purpose of a network, I feel like. For those that don't know, YouTube is, right now there's managed channels and there's unmanaged channels within networks. And if you're a managed channel, you don't go through the same copyright system, so to speak.
Though I don't even know if that's true anymore, because all my shit still gets flagged. Is it flagged for copyright, or is it flagged for non-monetization? Non-monetization. So it means they're still running it through filters and stuff.
Yeah,
and you would wonder why they would never run something through copyright. I never knew they didn't run it through a copyright system. I thought they just had to go through your managed channel partner to deal with it, as opposed to.
No, that's not automated. They have
8 emeralds for bottles of enchanting from one of our clerics.
Okay.
12 leather for an emerald is another guy.
Well, this might be worthwhile.
Yeah. Trying to see what the easiest. 8 iron for an emerald. What were we trading before for emeralds? And a 39 rotten flesh for emeralds. I think I just threw away a bunch of rotten flesh too.
I don't think it was rotten flesh. I think it was like wheat or something. Or potatoes, chicken. Wheat, potatoes, and chicken, I think, are the things we were trading before.
36 pieces of paper for an emerald. That seems pretty easy, right?
Yeah. Not bad.
2 written books for an emerald.
How'd you do in the UHC?
I mean, I didn't win 26 pieces of paper for an emerald.
I know that.
But, I mean, we did pretty well. I died to PvE.
Yeah, I figured you must have.
Yeah, we
I can't remember how you died.
Justin and I were messing around at we ended up coming across Zisto's base while he was building his base.
Oh yeah.
And we like snuck to the bottom of it, and we were going to try to just like go. We were going to steal some of his blocks and then see if he was putting anything good in there to just steal and make like our own. And it was under spawn protection. And then, which later they ended up turning off because they said it wasn't supposed to be, and I just thought it was like they were supposed to be, so we didn't steal the stuff. And they're like, no, that's not supposed to be a spawn protection. Like, and they ended up taking it off. And we're like, oh shit! So we went back and we started like doing stupid stuff. But he had like shulker boxes everywhere, and I killed one of the shulker boxes, and then I inevitably got hit by one of the things that sends you up in the air, and that wouldn't have killed me because it was over water, but I was down to like a heart. And I couldn't avoid the other shulkers that were coming in after me at that point, and I ended up dying to it.
God, yeah. I saw you die to a shulker, and I was really confused when that happened.
Well, I was actually kind of excited because I figured people might not realize that there was shulkers around there, and they might think that we had gone to the end.
I was so confused. I was like, what is happening right now? Are they getting an elytra?
Yeah, I thought that would be pretty cool that we would go to the end, or people would think that we were at the end and maybe really throw off the game of people thinking we were going to get an elytra or something like that. I did go to the Nether and get stuck. I went to the Nether and I came back out to see where it would bring me, and it just brought me to this random cave, and it was just glowing red. And what I didn't realize is they had turned off instant kill if you come out of the Nether and the border had shrunk. But what it did was it made it so you could run around and not die, but you couldn't do anything. You couldn't place blocks or destroy blocks. And whoever's cave system I was in, they didn't leave you a way out. So literally they had like jumped down 2 blocks.
I saw that you got teleported, and I was confused.
And well, Chad came over when he was doing the commentary, and I was telling him what's going on, and he's like, I don't know if I should teleport you out. I was like, oh, I'm sure like this is a big cave system. I'll run around and I'll eventually probably get out unless there's no way out. And he was like, yeah, I've been looking. They did not leave you a way to get out of here. So I was like, well, technically, I guess I can't lose. I can just stay here, all happy.
That's funny.
So I mean, it didn't. So he teleported me back to my teammate because it had, it was one of those unfortunate things where we went in at a portal that we had made that was relatively close to 0-0, and it still linked on the way back out close enough to somebody else's portal that was now behind the border wall.
Right.
So unfortunately, there still doesn't seem a good way that it just like generates you a portal if the border has closed around it already, like at the edge somewhere. Which would be...
I feel like that should be different than it is anyways. Hey, I found 2 diamonds.
Yeah, I mean, I think it should be that if you go in somewhere, it should be able to at least pop you out somewhere where you're...
I feel like it should always know... I don't know, maybe not. I think maybe it should always just know where you went in, and that's where always you should come out. But maybe that's too insane.
Too insane? Definitely
too insane.
Definitely too insane.
Did I say insane?
That's what it sounded like to me. I don't know though. Discord has been having problems, obviously. That was kind of annoying during it. Is I would people's talking would just cut out.
Yeah, Discord was really bad.
Yeah.
You do that to me always. I don't know why, but you've always.
Really?
But it's not as bad as it was. Yeah, like if you go watching my episodes, you can hear it. Like you always kind of come in and out sometimes. You haven't done any tonight, but this was even in Skype. You would do it. I don't know why.
That's kind of weird. I mean, I've lived in 2 different houses since we've been recording.
Yeah, I don't think it's internet related even. That's why sometimes I ask you to repeat what you said though, because it just didn't come through for whatever reason.
I get it.
Found some diamonds finally.
You said the 2. Did you find more?
Oh yeah, no, I found some actual diamonds. I got 10 now. Like diamonds in the wall, not just diamonds in a chest this time.
Diamonds in the wall. I'm gonna go try to breed some cows, get some leather. I want to know how well this bottle enchanting. Whoa, hi creeper. Yeah, if the bottle's enchanting will work, that'd be kind of cool.
So for me and Arcus, we got given like 3 diamonds total, in all, but we found a shitload of diamonds.
We didn't find many diamonds.
Yeah, we were super decked out, but we were decked out because we found, like, if it had been a legit UHC, that's the best. We were in good shape from just finding stuff. I mean, granted, we got given some regen potions, which made a huge difference. Like it wasn't that we didn't get given stuff, but we weren't like handed up like full set of diamond armor. Justin was though, right?
Justin was given a decent amount of stuff, and we had definitely a few regen potions that we got from donations. I got a couple things. I think he was mainly getting the stuff and giving to me anything that I needed.
Yeah.
But so with regen potions, those were still banned, right?
Yeah, but just crafting them. You can be giving them. I forgot that we would be giving them whenever I first was talking.
And that's what we were just like, hey, we got these. They were donated. We're using them. Like we're not. We're not letting them go to waste. Like not letting these donators' money go to waste. We're gonna use these things. And I guess we thought that we didn't pay attention to them, so we assumed that they were just like small regen potions. They'd give you a couple hearts, but no, they filled you up.
Oh yeah, all the way.
A minute and a half worth of regen. And we were like, okay.
I have 18 diamonds now.
Yeah, this guy does wheat. That was stupid of me. 20 wheat for an emerald. I went and just breeded the cows to get a bunch of leather, and I think I'm going to get a worse trade than that.
It's like you said, this guy does weed.
This guy does weed. This guy does weed. That's the guy I just looked at.
But, yeah. I think it was a good marathon. I had fun. And we need to get that number of people to sign on for an actual UHC sometime, because that was a lot of people that showed up.
Yeah, that was a good amount of people there.
Do real UHC. But anyways, we're out of time, everybody. So I hope you've enjoyed.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.